Howdy, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Five Downs with Fannon. As always, I'm your host, Spencer Fannon. Yeah, I guess I hope you faded my picks last week because we had something that's never happened before. We went 0 and 5. It was really bad. Yeah, I mean, and that was after a week of going 4 and 1. So yeah, sorry about that if you decided to tail my picks. But as I said at the very first episode, I take all the credit, none of the blame. So if you guys decided to tail my pick or take my picks, it's your fault. I am not a professional gambler, so there you go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was rough week. I mean, just kind of crazy and stuff. I guess really before we get started with the five games that we're going to talk about in this episode, kind of wanted to go back for a topic that we missed on the last episode, which it was the World Series. I mean, that was a fantastic World Series. Really, I mean, obviously 7 games, memorable moments in most of those games. I mean, the 18 inning game in game 3, Yamamoto pitching a complete game in game 2, then coming back in game 6, pitching six innings there, and then coming back in game 7 and closing out the World Series. Wow. I mean, he pretty much guaranteed his $325 million contract just right there. Um, Obviously, winning the World Series MVP, everything. Congratulations to the Dodgers on their second consecutive World Series victory. First team to win back-to-back World Series since the 98 to 2000 Yankees. First National League team to do it since the Big Red Machine in 1975-76. And actually, a funny story about that 75 team. My dad was at the Carlton Fisk game. He left early because at the time, he lived in New York. So he had to get back to New York because the game was in Boston to take the train back to New York. And he had to leave to catch the last train. And of course, Carlton Fisk waved a home run. So sorry, Dad, but I had to tell that story. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's going to be. We'll get right into it with these picks. Hopefully, they go better than last week's picks. I mean, it's kind of hard not to considering we went 0 and 5, but there you go. Yeah, we got a bit like pretty much it's been basic the last. I think all these shows. To be honest, it's 3 college football games and 2 NFL games. So we might as well get right into it. We'll get on down to first down. All right, welcome back. We got first down right here, and we're going to go to the SEC because it's probably it is one of the 3 ranked matchups in the on the slate this week. All these rankings are the college football playoff rankings, not just the regular AP rankings. So obviously, this past Tuesday, as of the time of this recording on November 4th, the first college football rankings were posted. Premiered and all that if you actually have ESPN and not have YouTube TV. Sorry if you do. Cable might have won the streaming wars, but the graphic on this side, this will show. It'll be just showing the college football playoff rankings week by week and such like that. But first game we have is number 3 Texas A&M traveling to Columbia to face number 22 Missouri. Quick betting breakdown. It is, again, at least as for the time being, these stats are still going to be ESPN stats, ESPN bettings. Obviously, with the news that ESPN Bet is going away or it's going to merge with some other one, and then DraftKings is going to kind of take over. Not sure how that's going to work. I might switch the numbers to DraftKings, but we'll see how it goes. But as of right now, it is still ESPN numbers. Texas A&M is a 6.5-point favorite. Over/under is set at 47.5. This game's at 2:30 Central on Saturday. I mean, again, I'm a Missouri alum, so it's going to be difficult. It hurts a little bit to do this, but I think looking at it, considering what happened a couple weeks ago with Bo Pubrula's ankle getting dislocated against Vanderbilt, and obviously Missouri brings in a true freshman quarterback, aren't able to get the win against Vandy, the comeback win. Then you get the week, but it's going to be Matt Zollers, who's a true freshman quarterback from Missouri, his first career start. Yeah, he played in mop-up duty early in the year, and then obviously came in the second half last game against Vanderbilt, going against a dark horse Heisman candidate in Marcel Reed, and a really, really hungry and really, really good Texas A&M team. I mean, their defensive line is nasty. Cassius Howell is one of the best edge rushers in the country. I think he's got 9 or 10 sacks already this year. And Reed, they've got two really good receivers in Carver. Let me make sure that's the right name. It's Concepcion. I know is one of their guys. Yeah, or Craver. Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion are their two big weapons. Both have at least 4 touchdowns receiving this year. So it's like they're going to be in Missouri's defense, while good front seven wise, struggles on the back end. So this is going to be it's going to be interesting to see what they can if they can get some stops and stuff like that. And also, can Missouri's offensive line protect Zollers against a very, very good defensive front for Texas A&M. I mean, looking at it, I think the line opened at 4.5. I was quite surprised at that, and it's jumped to 6.5 now. I'm still taking Texas A&M minus 6.5. You can get it before it might get over a touchdown. I would do that. I just first start for Zollers. Yes, it's at home, so that's going to help. He's coming off a bye. A&M, I believe, is also coming off a bye. Yes, they are coming off a bye as well. So there's not really any rest advantage or disadvantage here. But I think A&M is a really, really good team, and I think they're ready to take that next step. Put themselves, they're obviously number 3 in the country according to college football playoff rankings, but to take that next step in everybody's in the focus of everybody's, no, not focus, I should say. It's, damn, I'm going to restart this. Okay. It's rambling on too much. Okay. 3, 2, or first down, take 2 here in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going for first down, and we got to go back down south. It's one of the 3 ranked matchups in the college football world this weekend. It's an SEC matchup. It is number 3 Texas A&M traveling to Columbia to face number 22 Missouri. The rankings are the college football rankings for this show. The game is at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon, 2:30 Central. It is. Right now, quick betting breakdown again. Currently, the betting information is still through ESPN Bet. Obviously, with the news today, I'm recording this on Thursday. ESPN Bet is going away, or at least it's transitioning to a different company. And DraftKings is kind of taking over, so I'll make that decision later on where I want to get the numbers. I'll let you guys know, obviously, when that happens. But for the next couple of shows, it'll still be ESPN Bet, just because I can pull up the ESPN page and have all that information. We'll see how it goes from there. But currently, A&M is a 6.5-point favorite. Over/under is set at 47.5. I'm sorry, 49.5. I don't know why I wrote 47.5. It's 49.5. And I mean, I'm a Missouri alum. I bleed black and gold, but considering what happened 2 weeks ago in Vanderbilt when starting quarterback Bo Pribula messed up dislocated his ankle, Matt Zollers, true freshman, does come in, plays most of the second half, plays pretty well, leads him on a touchdown drive, stuff like that. But this is a totally different animal with Texas A&M. They've got one of the best defensive fronts in the country. Cassius Howell is one of the best edge rushers in the country. I think he's got 9 or 10 sacks on the season already. Yes, both teams are coming off bye, so there's no real rest advantage. Obviously, Eli Drinkowitz will be able to get a good game plan in for Zollers and stuff, but Marcel Reed is a dark horse Heisman candidate. I mean, I think he's probably like 3rd or 4th on the odds and stuff. He's got nearly 2,000 yards passing, 17 passing touchdowns, and I believe he's got 6 rushing touchdowns. So he's counted for 23 touchdowns. It's like he's played really, really well. They've got 2 really good receivers on the outside in Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion. Uh, Both got four or more touchdowns receiving. So, and Missouri's defense, while good, their back end is not great. So I would not be surprised if this is a Missouri tries to run the ball, control the clock as much as possible, make sure it's easy reads, easy stuff for the true freshman who's making his first career start. Lean on Ahmad Hardy, lead on the running game. But I mean, I think that A&M is going to be able to handle this game. I think they're going to be able to win this game. I don't want to say super comfortably. That's probably a little bit of the homer in me, but I see them. I can see them winning this by a touchdown or more, just because I think that that front seven of Texas A&M is going to be able to control the line of scrimmage enough to force Zollers to pass, and I don't want you don't want that when you're the underdog and stuff. You want to be able to control the clock, control the running game and stuff. And I think Reed is going to be able to get outside and make plays to Craver, to Concepcion, and Missouri's back end is its weakness on the defensive side. So I hate to do it to my Missouri Tigers, but in this first down matchup, I got Texas A&M minus 6.5 and such. The line opened at 4.5, so I don't know if anybody was able to get that quick enough. I would have jumped on that, but at 6.5, I still go with Texas A&M. So, but that's first down, and we are leaving the SEC. We are leaving the SEC. That's the only SEC game we have on this show and stuff. So let's head on up to second down. Head on west to second down. All right, second down, and we're going to the Big 12, and we're following game day here. We got number 7 BYU going to Lubbock to face number 8 Texas Tech. This is it's probably the biggest game in the conference in the Big 12 this year. Texas Tech is 8-1, BYU is 8-0, and stuff. It's quick betting breakdown. Texas Tech. Sorry about any Aggies watching. Texas Tech is a 10.5-point favorite. A little surprised at how big that is, considering Texas Tech I would say, struggled a little bit recently. They haven't looked as dominant as they did at the start of the year, and such. But and then the over/under is set at 52.5, which seems kind of low for a Big 12 game and such. But I mean, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. I mean, most games usually do, but you got Bear Bachmeier for BYU. He's got roughly 1,700 yards passing, 11 touchdowns through the air. He's also rushed for 9, so he's accounted for 20 touchdowns. And then you got Beharan Morton, who's got a little over 1,700 yards passing, 15 passing touchdowns. He's also, I believe, no, he does not have any rushing touchdowns, so he's much more of a pocket passer. But the running back of Cameron Dickey for Texas Tech has 10 touchdowns. And also they have a back. Texas Tech's backup quarterback Will Hammond is a more of a dual threat guy. He's got 5 touchdowns as well. So I mean, this is gonna be a fun game. This is I think the biggest matchup Texas Tech has faced ranked wise since they beat number 1 Texas. I think that was 2008. That was the Michael Crabtree game and stuff. Or it's certainly up there since then. I mean, that was a crazy game. I remember watching that game in college and such. But I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, BYU, looking at these teams' schedules the rest of the way. Let's see, BYU does not face another ranked opponent. Neither team does. So this is their last real big test and big chance at impressing the college football rankings. So it's most likely whoever wins this game is going to get to Dallas for the Big 12 championship game and probably face. Let's see if I can pull that up. 1 second. Standings. Got a lot of tabs pulling up here. Big 12. I mean, they're the top 2 teams in the conference and stuff. At least, I mean, Texas Tech is tied with Cincinnati at 5-1. They lose to Cincinnati? I feel like they did. No, okay, never mind. They lost to Texas Tech lost to Arizona State. They do not play Cincinnati this year. Texas Tech, BYU, um, BYU does play Cincinnati the weekend before Thanksgiving. So that could be a big one. Cincinnati is not ranked currently, but they only have one conference loss. So that could be the thing. But I do think whoever wins this game is pretty much a shoe in for to go to Dallas for the Big 12 championship game. Um, I feel like the number is too big. The 10.5 is just too big because these offenses can just go up and down the field. I think. See if I can pull up a team. BYU averages 35 points a game, and Texas Tech is averaging 44. So these teams will put on a track meet. So I'm going to take the over of 52.5 in this game. I think both teams will be able to score, move the ball, and I think you're going to just see an old fashioned Big 12 shootout and stuff. And it's going to be, I think that atmosphere in Lubbock is going to be really, really impressive, really, really fun to watch. If I had to pick a side, I would lean Texas Tech to get the win, but I don't like the 10.5 number, so I go. That's why I'm taking the over in 52.5. This game's at 11 a.m. Even though it's the game day game, so it's really quick turnaround and stuff like that. But no, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be an old-fashioned Big 12 shootout. Can't wait to watch it. But yeah, I mean, and whoever wins is going to Dallas. Essentially punches their ticket to Dallas. So there you go. Over 52.5 in BYU Texas Tech. So that's second down. Now we're not really going west for third down. We're going north for third down. Um, but it is not, and again, it is not an SEC. We're going to the Big Ten for third down. So let's head on up there for third down. All right, third down time, and we're going to the Big Ten, though it's kind of like a non-conference game because it's Oregon and Iowa. We got number 9 Oregon traveling to Iowa City. They face number 20 Iowa. This game's at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon. Oregon is looking like, they've got an inside track to get to Indianapolis. They have to win out. It looks like it's going to be Indiana and Ohio State. Arguably Oregon would need Indiana to lose twice because obviously Indiana beat them and stuff. So I doubt either team is going to get to Indianapolis for the Big Ten championship. But betting breakdown, Oregon is favored by 6.5 points as of last check. I will double check that. Yep. Over under is at 42.5. So that's gone up. It opened at 43.5. It's gone down from there. I think I don't know why I wrote it as 40.5, but it might have jumped up to 2 points since I wrote the notes down and stuff like that. But it's two distinct styles. Oregon offensively is run, gun, go, 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 go. They do like to pound the ball, grind it out with their running game. They've got 2, 3, 4. They've got 5 guys with 130 more yards rushing on the season, which is kind of nuts, including 4 running backs. Now, Iowa has 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, has the same over 130 yards rushing, including their quarterback. Their quarterback is actually one of their most used guys. He's Mark Gronowski. He's got 76 carries, 313 yards, and 11 touchdowns. That's how he gets his touchdowns. He's only got 4 passing touchdowns. Now Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, he doesn't have any rushing touchdowns, but he's thrown 19 touchdowns in the air. So you got a little bit of two styles. Obviously, Oregon averages 41 points a game. Iowa they've actually been averaging 31 points a game, which is, wow, that's actually quite surprising. Let's see. They dominated Wisconsin and Minnesota. They won those games a combined 78-3, so that'll do it. And so they put up 38 against Rutgers, 25 against Penn State. So in 4 of their 5 conference games, they've put up 25 or more, and their loss was to Indiana 20-15. So they can put up some points. I'm still taking Oregon -6.5. I trust that offense more, and I do think that the defense is going to be able to hold a pretty one dimensional Iowa offense down. I mean, they average they only average 132 yards passing. They average 185 yards rushing. So they and stuff. I mean, Oregon averages 246 yards passing and 237 yards rushing. So they easily outgain them both ways and stuff. And I just think that Oregon, they know if they want to have a chance, they don't. Both teams actually have. Let's see. Oregon still has two ranked opponents on their schedule, USC, and then they finish the season at Washington. Iowa only has one more ranked opponent, and that's USC the week after this game, so on the 15th. So it's probably I mean Oregon has more opportunity to impress the committee, but I think that they want to showcase that the Indiana game was a fluke and stuff. So they want to get out, they want to dominate, and I think Dan Lanning is going to be able to get his team going and to I wouldn't say run up the score, but I think they're going to be able to control this game pretty easily. I got Oregon -6.5. I don't know if Iowa is going to be able to offensively move the ball enough in this game. And I mean, really, it's like until they do, I can't trust them to do it. So, but there you go. That's the third down. That we're done with college. Time to head to the NFL. So let's head on up to the professional ranks for fourth down. All right, fourth down time, NFL time, and going to the big game. Arguably, probably the biggest game on Sunday. It's Patriots traveling to the Buccaneers to 12 Central on Sunday. Obviously, probably one of the biggest, probably the second biggest surprise in the NFL is the New England Patriots. The first is the Colts. Even though they lost to the Steelers last week, the Colts are still the surprise of the NFL. But Patriots are second. I mean, they're 7-2, 4-0 on the road, which is surprising. I mean, Drake May is playing in an MVP caliber. I think he's like third or fourth in the rankings. Stuff. They've got a game lead on the Bills for the AFC East. So I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if the Bills are gonna be able to get back to that. The Bucs obviously they're 6-2. They're in first place in the NFC South. Baker Mayfield was playing at a MVP level. He's kind of cooled off a little bit recently and stuff. The injuries have just been a massive toll for the Bucs. I mean, Mike Evans is pretty much gone for the year. I don't know if Chris Godwin's really played at all. Obviously, Bucky Irving is out, has been out the last couple of games, and I don't think he's going to be playing this week. Ibuka missed a couple games, their star rookie wide receiver, and yet they've still found ways to win, and it's crazy. Betting breakdown is Bucs are a 2.5-point favorite at home. Over under is set at 48.5. I mean, looking at this, I think there's going to be points scored in this game. I'm going to take the over of this 48.5. I just think that I think the Bucs defense is good. The Bucs rush defense is very good. I think that the defense on the back end has struggled a little bit. Let me see if I can pull their numbers up and stuff. I mean they're giving up 22 points a game, which is not bad. They give up 229 yards passing and 93 yards rushing. So that's not terrible, but I think that the Patriots are going to be able to make some plays. They're going to Diggs, Booty are going to be able to get some plays out there. I think the Patriots are going to be able to run the ball enough to keep the yardage, and Baker's going to make plays. I just think Baker's going to make plays and stuff, even with a diminished weapons core and stuff. So I just think that there's going to be I think it's going to be tight. I'm going to probably sweat this game out a little bit, but I do think that there's going to be enough points scored to go over this total, something like 27-24, 31-24, 31-28, something like that. Because I think both both teams are going to be wanting to prove that they belong at the top, because the Patriots, they beat the Bills in Buffalo, which was a really good win. But all their other wins have come against sub 500 teams. I mean, they beat the Browns, the Titans, the Saints, the Dolphins, and the Panthers. The Panthers are over 500, sure, but it's still the Panthers. And then they lost to the Raiders opening week, and then they beat they lost to the Steelers. So it's like I still think that they want this game, because this could be another one of those measuring stick and prove it that they belong type of games. So I think that they're going to be keyed up to score points in this game. So that's why I'm going to take the over in this. I think it's going to be a really good game. I can't wait to watch it on Sunday and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I think this is gonna be a really, really good game. I'm surprised it's not the afternoon game, either on CBS or on Fox. What are the afternoon games? Yeah, the afternoon games. Well, I guess earlier in the year, you kind of thought, at least the Fox games, it's Detroit and Washington, and then the Rams at San Francisco. So you kind of thought both of those would be good games. I mean, it's just injuries have hurt them. But the CBS afternoon game is Arizona and Seattle. It's like, really? You couldn't move this game to the CBS. I mean, maybe Romo and Nance are still doing it, but it's like still. But yeah, there you go. I'm taking the over in this game again. 48.5 is the number I got written down right now. So hurry up and get that in if you can and stuff. But yeah, I can't wait to watch it. But that's enough of that. Well, we're going to head to our final game of the episode, heading to fifth down and heading to Monday night. So let's get right to it. All right, y'all. We made it to fifth down. We made it to Monday night. So we got the Eagles traveling to Green Bay to face the Packers in a matchup that's has a decent chance at being the NFC title game preview in a couple months. Obviously, Eagles are 6-2, Packers are 5-2-1. I mean, really, both these teams are really, really good. Even though, as a Bears fan, I hate to say about the Packers. Though, I mean, I will say the Packers did just lose to the Panthers at home and stuff. So that's an interesting one. I mean, looking at the numbers, Packers are a 1.5 point favorite right now, with the over/under set at 46.5. I mean, I believe Saquon is questionable right now to play. Let's see. Let's pull up their injury report and such. Maybe not. I guess he was off. I guess he's off it, or maybe they don't have one. Well, November 6th. No, he's not on the list. So okay. All right, I guess he looks like he's going to be on plane. I know there was talk that he was either limited or something recently in that, but I mean, obviously you got Saquon. Yeah, the obviously Tucker Kraft is out for the Packers. He tore his ACL last week's game, which sucks. He's a fantastic tight end for them. But it looks like a lot of these guys are like questionable. I mean, but I think it's also with it being they got Thursday, so it's technically like a Wednesday for them. So it's like this is a lot of rest day stuff. So it's tough to measure it, because Packers had Micah Parsons, Christian Watson, Savion Williams, Matthew Golden, Devarion Wicks, all is questionable. Quay Walker is questionable. Zach Tom is questionable. So it's like, I think a lot of that is, we're just giving them limited practice run on the Thursday before a game when you play on a Sunday or Monday and stuff. But looking at this, I'm taking the Eagles on the money line. It's a 1.5 point spread, so it's not a huge number. I mean, at least when I'm looking at it, Eagles are plus 110 on the money line. They're even money at plus 1.5. But I think they win this game. That offense for the Eagles has really been coming along recently in the last couple of weeks. AJ Brown looks like he's going to play and stuff. They're much more explosive recently. Looks like their offensive line has gotten back on track, or at least closer to what it was last year. Their defense is still really good, and if those receivers for the Packers aren't 100%, and then you also have lost Tucker Kraft, arguably their best weapon, it's going to be tough for the Packers. I mean, they have Josh Jacobs, who's probably that second tier behind Saquon Barkley in the running game. I mean, he's got 500 yards this year and 10 touchdowns in 8 games. So it's like he's probably a pretty good bet to get you get a touchdown and stuff. But I trust Jalen Hurts more than I trust Jordan Love, especially after last week when Jordan Love just like threw up a couple moon balls that were picked or almost picked and stuff. I think Jalen Hurts is starting to hit his stride with the passing game, at least this year and such. So I'm going to go Eagles, not just because I'm a Bears fan and I don't want to see I don't want the Packers to win, but it's also I think the Eagles are the better team, and with the injury concerns in the with the Green Bay Packer weaponry core, I think that the Eagles have a distinct advantage in this game, even if they're not the favorite. So I think that again, Eagles money line and stuff. It's pretty easy, pretty easy pick and stuff like that. So, but there you go. That's this week's episode of Five Downs with Fannon. Thank you so much for watching. Please, again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you have any ideas on what games you want me to take a look at or any topics. Like obviously the NBA and NHL have started up recently and stuff. You've got you want to talk about the college football playoff rankings and such. Just drop a comment. Drop a Twitter comment or something like that. There you go. Yeah, I mean, just let me know. I mean, really would help out. Give me a little switch things up in this because it's been 5 games every time. So let's try and switch things up. But again, yeah, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm your host Spencer Fannon. Please like, subscribe, comment, however you want to do it. And until next time, enjoy the football, enjoy the sports.